representation that you need to be earning money as an underage minor. So if you're 16 years old or younger, you need to have a work permit to have a job. 17 and 18, you could work. But at 14 years old, I needed to have this permit through my school to say it was okay for me to have a job, and I did. That's how long I've been working in this country. That's how long I've been paying taxes in this country. I should not be outside. I should not be, going through this. No one should, as I continue to say, but I most definitely should not. So, okay, I'm going to do a little bit more of the workout. Xavier went to Walgreens, and I think he's probably getting food, but I told him to wait until after our workout and after our shower. I had literally like 3 sips of coffee this morning. I have not had any coffee since probably before I was pregnant with Weston. I had a couple of energy drinks, Alani's, while I was pregnant. Like I would space them throughout the day, or like drink them when I was like very much suffering from like being homeless and unhoused and exhausted and needing sleep, but they kept on moving us around and not allowing us to sleep and stuff. But I have not had caffeine in my system, like with the exception of like 2 or 3 sips of like a diet soda or a regular Coca-Cola in months, like probably like 6 months. So 3 sips of coffee was all I needed for this pre-workout. I can tell you this, I've already done more sit-ups today or like crunches today than I've been able to get through in any, well, I did 50. 50 was the highest that I did. Private jets, you guys, we need 5 private jets. Can we get 5 private jets and a partridge in a pear tree? So we need 5 private jets, 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 please. Thank you. See, I love that. Thank you for sending those emoticon of private jets. That's what's up. There's also a gift you guys could give of private jets. No, I would not. I won't go back to that. So I won't go do that ever again. I won't sleep in one of those. Like I'm completely like not doing that. I'm gonna just stay where I can in areas that are well lit with a lot of people who can see if something goes wrong or if something happens, because I'm trying to learn from the last period where I was dehumanized in this way and objectified and treated so animalistically. I'm trying to learn from what worked and what didn't work, and that didn't work for us. I think that just made people think like, whatever, they're okay. We were not okay. I was pregnant in a blizzard outside in a tent, freezing and hungry, and we had to use space heaters and wet and soaking wet. We had to carry, I was on bed rest at 28 weeks so that I wouldn't go into preterm labor, and I would have to get up and find a way to make it all the way to the laundromat, like a mile or 2 away, with no transportation, only enough money to wash. Like, it was completely inhumane, and I will never let that happen again, ever. But the good news is that DCFS has put in our housing referral. So we are given priority. Having a child in the system, there's something called Norman Services, which means that children in the United States of America cannot be separated from their parents or families for reasons relating to poverty. So DCFS did put in our referral for housing, and that's super exciting. We're very, very, very excited about that, but they have not given us any sort of direct timeline. And we do have to keep on working with whatever other caseworker that we can find, because just to keep the ball rolling and, be advocating for ourselves always in case something comes available sooner or, whatever. What else should I do? I think I'll do more leg lifts. How many meals do you guys eat a day? How many times do you guys eat daily? How many meals do you guys eat a day? Once or twice, really? One time? You guys must be poor. Are you guys poor? This must be the poor demographic. It's so sad. All my followers are poor. It's so sad. I have to fix something with that. 1 meal a day is average, Molly, you're poor, babe. You're poor, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, but if you only eat once a day, you're poor. Most people eat 3 to 5 meals a day. That's what we learn in school. I mean, coming from a nutrition perspective and a personal training perspective, that's what we teach people. That's what people are taught. In school, we learn to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 2 small, sensible snacks. So if you're only eating once a day, then there's something wrong. Like, you clearly have been taught something different than the rest of society, or you don't have the financial means to eat as much as you're supposed to. Oh, I'm poor right now. I have absolutely no income, but you have no income if you can only afford to eat once a day. Saying that people are poor is not mean or cruel. It's matter of fact. And if you want to be helped, if you don't like living in poverty, then identifying that you are living in poverty is the first step. I want all of you to look at the comments and tell me that this is not a campaign to be mean and cruel. All the comments from the entire broadcast. And then let's press criminal charges against all of these people. That would be harassment, slander, baiting. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I've been broadcasting this for 5 years, specifically presenting to law enforcement and other people. That's why they call me V-Law, virtual law. That this is not acceptable. If you don't like a person, you simply keep scrolling. You don't follow them around for 5 years and antagonize and harass them. This is my safe place. You don't have to be here. No, honey, I don't give myself clap back. I put myself in my safe space. I'm not getting paid. I'm not appearing on your show. This is my safe space where I go to meet with like-minded individuals and have conversation. I know that this concept is, strange for some people. I know that there are, and this is wild because we're not taught as adults to understand that there is other perspective. We think that the way we see life and the way we live life and the way the people around us immediately, we think that's the only way. It's not until you actually start traveling and meeting people and going to college and, having other influences, following in accounts that you normally wouldn't, that you don't really relate with, that you start to realize that there are people in the world who don't think the way that we think. So you have to understand that in your perspective, you sitting here saying that it's your right to come onto my page and be mean to me, that's not even really a perspective. That is more of, I don't even know what to call that. It's not even an opinion. It's just, it's not true. From a moral and ethical standpoint, it's not true. And from a legal one, it's not true. Imagine this. I'm sitting in my living room and I start talking. And I say to my friends, hey, you guys, if anyone wants to come over, you're more than welcome. And they show up. And they're mean to me. And I say, hey, if anyone's here, if anyone wants to stay here in my house, they need to be nice. If they can't be nice, they need to leave, right? That would be my legal right to have